As Jussie Smollett's first episode since all 16 charges were dropped against him, a lot of a mixed review on social media has a lot of people asking now how and why.
We have so many questions. Good news for you. Defense attorney Alison Triessl joins us now to clarify for us what has happened here. And in all your time in this career, have you ever seen anything like this?
Over 20 years doing criminal defense, and I've had cases dismissed, but never like this. Never after a 16 felony count grand jury indictment does a case get dismissed and sealed and expunged.
Right. So what conditions could the court have found that would have set a total dismissal of everything
Okay, so
into
first
play?
of all, let's be very clear here. This had nothing to do with the judge of the court. The district attorney called an emergency hearing and dismissed this case outright, saying superficially 16 hours of community service, he's giving up his bail, which really doesn't mean very much. I've never even heard of that in a case. Case is dismissed. His record is sealed and expunged. In a normal course, in a case like this, on a 16-count indictment, there's usually either a plea to something or a trial that results in an outright dismissal.
Well, people have called this a plea deal. Is that the case?
It is not a plea deal because a plea deal is an admission of guilt. And here you have Jussie Smollett coming out immediately and saying, I told you, I'm right, I'm innocent, I never did anything. Most prosecutors around the country are saying, we've never seen anything like this. Something must be really wrong. There was a tweet this morning from our president. He said, I've asked DOJ and the FBI to investigate. But really, there is a question here of, did Kim Foxx, the state attorney, have conversations, inappropriate conversations, with members of Jussie Smollett's inner circle that improperly influenced her decision? She recused herself from the case, but she really should have recused her entire department from the case.
What happens now?
I do believe there is, remember, there's that lingering issue of that letter. Did he send that letter to himself? If he did,
which they're still investigating,
it would be a federal matter of mail fraud. So the FBI and the DOJ could actually pick that case up and prosecute him.
Oh, wow.
I do not think we've heard the last of this at all. I do think that it's not just the public outcry. Those of us within the walls of the legal justice, world, can't believe it either.
There are a lot of people who are saying if he really wanted to clear his name, do it in court. But I thought, does it really make sense for someone to go through this experience if they can get...
Jussie Smollett, why in the world? He got a dismissal. I mean, if I get a dismissal on a case, I'm not going to say, no, you know what, try me.
Exactly.
I'd like everybody to see it. Let's go to trial. I mean, unbelievable.
And definitely not up against the CPD.
And I'll tell you what I wouldn't do if I was him. I would not keep going on TV and professing my innocence. I would lay low for a minute.
I can't believe he's allowed to talk about it.
Well, that's another thing. When you have a deal like this, on some level, you want the person to admit culpability. Because the prosecutor has now come on and said, well, we really think he probably did it. This doesn't make any sense.
Okay, wait, let's talk about the college admissions scandal. Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman both due in court April 3rd in Boston. What's going to happen that day?
Well, I do think it's going to be a pretrial hearing as this case proceeds. But my understanding is there has been talk of cooperation and pleading their cases early. What these people have to worry about, and the maximum they can receive in this case for these charges is 5 years. They will not receive anything close. They will not receive anything close. However, I am concerned for them about the tax deduction element of it, because then you're looking at additional charges. So if I'm their attorney, I'm advising them we probably need to cooperate, plead early, and then argue our case in mitigation. No prior record, paid all the restitution, willing to perform community service, have been lawful citizens up to this point, and get done with this case early. Because the longer you drag it out, the more charges they could face, including the entire conspiracy. And remember, this was a $25 million case. You don't want to be hooked up with the others where you're talking about restitution for one and all the same.
We've talked about how much more this is going to probably spread, how much bigger this is probably going to get.
Well, if he says that he did this for at least 700 students, and each of them have 2 parents, and we only have 33 parents charged thus far, oh, I think this is going to spread far and wide.
Why isn't William H. Macy charged in any of this?
So we've gone through that, and ultimately the last the last phone call they had was about their second daughter, and they actually decided not to do that with the second daughter. So that could be one of it. But really, the emails that I've seen in the indictment were from Felicity and not from him.
Could the kids be in trouble at all?
I don't think that they're going to go after the children. They might, but they really have to show that the children were part of the conspiracy, that they weren't just kids that were going along with their parents' desires. And although there are these Photoshop pictures, or the pictures that the kids took on this sports equipment, what message are you sending to your children? That you're just not good enough on your own. Horrible message. What does it say to the kids? That, you know, my parents are willing to commit crimes. Not good at all.
Yeah.
Alison Triessl, you're a home run.
If you love that video, you're going to love everything on the Access YouTube channel. So hit the subscribe button. You can thank me later. Hit it. Now. Thanks.